Hey people, it is Wednesday, July the 5th, and it is 6:18 in the morning, and it is a very humid 21 degrees Celsius, feeling more like 27 degrees Celsius. And later on today, we'll get up into the 30s as the heat wave continues, which began yesterday, and will extend at least one more day after today. And I'm out on another one of my infrequent, very early morning walks, but somewhat regular. And I'm currently on Gerrard Street East, heading west, but right up ahead is Mutual Street. And I am going to walk north along the rest of Mutual Street. And then after that, I'm just sort of going to meander my way southward, taking various laneways and alleyways. I think this old townhouse development will be incorporated into a new building here at this site. So they are boarded up, but eventually they will come back to life. Oh, unexpected music. This is a little pocket of old residential homes here, kind of tucked in amidst all the tall buildings. And being as I really hate extremely hot, humid weather, I thought this was a good way to avoid the heat of the day. This is about the coolest part of the day that I could be out and about. But I won't be able to avoid it forever. Got a new tower rising right here. And here's Carlton Street. And we got the sun rising in the east. I think sunrise was about a half an hour ago. I'm just sort of crisscrossing from one side of the street to the other as I make my way along. I like the old homes here. And Mutual Street ends just up ahead at Maitland. All right, let's make our way west for a block or two. Then I'm going to start heading south. Just up ahead is Church Street, so I thought instead of walking along Church, which I've done more than once recently, I'm going to walk along an alleyway that runs parallel. Not this one, but another one. Unholy Donuts. Kind of a good name for a restaurant on Church Street, or just off of Church Street. We're in the village. I just came through here recently during the Pride festivities. It was a massive street party where I literally could not move at some points due to human gridlock. What the heck, I'm just gonna cross. I don't see the point of waiting when there's barely a car on the street. Some lovely older apartment buildings. I've always been a fan of the mix of building styles in this neighborhood. Got a little bit of everything. Here's the backside of Cruise and Tango's. I don't think I've ever really seen this before. And the famous Vaseline Towers, as it's sort of nicknamed. Circular apartment building. It's pretty iconic to the neighborhood. Donna Shaw Lane. That was the name of this laneway. I think this is Alexander Street. And I should mention that Gordon Lightfoot actually lived in this building in the 1970s. We're almost at Yonge Street, but I'm not going to go quite that far just yet. Walking past the Courtyard Marriott Hotel. And here is Wood Street. Another alleyway will take me down to Carlton Street. I have walked through this alleyway a few times previously. And there's one of the trash sucking vehicles that drives around early in the morning. This giant vacuum tube. Carlton Street. Looking east again. We're not going to keep heading east, we're going to swing right through here. Got an early morning meeting of the dog walkers. Here's McGill Street. Let's walk through the McGill Street arch. McGill Street kind of gets cut off here, but the arch still bears its name. Now we're crossing Yonge. And let's just take a little diversion through College Park. Not too much action in the park right now. Not that I was expecting it to have much going on anyway. I'm never expecting much to be going on anywhere at this time. And if there is, I'm usually pretty surprised. We're coming back to Gerrard Street again. There's literally a bike lane right here. But now let's ride on the sidewalk. So we're just heading east for a brief moment again. And then I'm going to walk down another alleyway or laneway. Sometimes they go by laneway instead of alleyway, even though they often look much the same. This one is called O'Keefe Lane.
It's closed this side.
I can't walk through it?
No.
No? Oh.
They're picking
All right.
up it.
Okay. All right. Well, so much for my plan to walk through O'Keefe Lane. It's funny, that building does not even have a valid building permit in place right now. Construction was halted. Unless they got their permit back without my knowledge, which is very possible, then they're currently doing work illegally. And this is the site of Concord Sky, which will be an 85-story condominium tower. It's been plagued with problems ever since it first began construction. At one time it was just a large hole in the ground and sat untouched and unchanged for what seemed like a couple of years until things finally started up again. But anyway, I'm now on Yonge Street, even though I wasn't really planning to walk down Yonge Street. But at least at this time of morning, all the music that's constantly blaring along this part of Yonge Street during normal business hours has not really started yet. Alright, so if I had walked through the alleyway, I would have come out right over here. And that one is called O'Keefe Lane, and it actually extends further south. After an interruption here for a few blocks, it resumes again. See, they got it blocked off at both sides. So let's just imagine I did walk through O'Keefe Lane and emerged here. Whew, the rising sun is already blazing. It's going to be hot, hot, hot today. And there's a look south down Victoria Street. I walked along pretty much the entire length of Victoria Street just in a recent video heading north, where I didn't make it up to this section here in the TMU campus. And I'm currently walking across the very dry Devonian Pond. I don't know if eventually this will be filled up. And another laneway. Obviously, some of these alleyways can be a bit dodgy to walk through at certain hours. You're definitely bound to see some interesting characters. And here's Dundas Street. I think this is called Hospital Lane. I'm not exactly sure. Straight ahead is St. Mike's Hospital, though. And here's where they're demolishing an old wing of St. Mike's Hospital to expand the emergency department with a new modern facility. So there was an old 5 or 6 story brick structure here, dating back to the early days of the hospital. They did preserve another older section you can see behind, though. That one is more architecturally significant. The section that was here was not, I suppose, so it was deemed to be acceptable to be demolished. And here's the existing emergency department, so that will be expanded. I do have many older videos walking around the area. If you're curious to see what the buildings that were there look like. And this is Shooter Street, and I literally just walked right past here in a recent video heading down Victoria. But the O'Keefe Lane I was talking about ends right here, actually. It runs from Dundas Square down to Shooter Street here. You can see where that garbage truck is backing out. It's backing out of O'Keefe Lane. So I'm kind of glad I didn't walk down that section of it, because those garbage trucks leave a hideous odor in their wake. And I would have been absolutely bathed in that odor if I were walking past there. Especially with these hot and humid conditions. Yeah, just driving past, it wafts right over me. The lovely smell. There's O'Keefe Lane, heading up to Dundas Square. I've walked through here before in its entirety in previous videos. And this is St. Enoch's Lane, as this last section is called. And there used to be a walkway here. Yeah, it's still here. Very narrow. Seems like every little nook and cranny has a person hanging out in it at this time of day. And back out onto Yonge Street. Up ahead is Yonge and Queen. And this is where I'm going to start wrapping up the video. I hope you enjoyed yet another patented Ken Continuum early morning walk around downtown. This time through some alleyways and laneways and quiet residential streets. But as you can see, the quiet is over here at Yonge and Queen. Right in the middle of this busy and noisy construction area with the new Ontario line. So leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the walk, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. There's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum. As we hear a Line 1 subway train passing underneath. So be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.